Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of Chinok Valley. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. I can't believe we're 7 episodes in. So what we're looking at right now is our Central Business District, our CBD, of the city of Chinok. We're doing a little nighttime view here because I really like the way it looked with the lights. Although I'm noticing that some of these assets, for some reason, their lights aren't working. Hopefully, we can get that figured out and see what's causing that. But yeah, we'll obviously cross that bridge as we get to it. I'm happy with the layout I come up with. You'll notice that there is nothing but just the Rico buildings down right now. I haven't laid anything but some couple parking garages and stuff like that. Because we're going to do that throughout the video. This is a mix of mostly office with some commercial and some high density residential thrown in, because this was the skyline. This is what the Chinok skyline will look like. The rest of it will be medium to low rise. Like I said, I wanted the skyline of Chinok to be very tiny. So you'll see we have 3 tall buildings and 4, 5, 6 medium buildings, and then the rest of it is just kind of low. I really wanted these 3 tall buildings to stick out. I wanted them to be quite evident that they're taller than the rest of the skyline. They're kind of new. Maybe this one's kind of this one's old. This might be the original one. Oh look, the lights came on for this one. Okay, must be an LOD issue. So probably related to the other things that I've got going on. With the traffic and all that kind of stuff, so who knows. But yeah, so I really like the way these buildings came out. They look really nice. I don't know how happy I am with the streetlights. Normally I don't put streetlights on when I lay down my lights, except the university here. So what I'm thinking is I might come in and I might redo it. I like the avenues to be lit with streetlights, and I like the main thoroughfares of the CBD to be lit. And these are kind of extensions of the main thoroughfares. These are the one-ways, and this is the two-way. So I might leave them, and then you'll see there's other streets in here, which if we, let's leave cinematic view here and bring the lights up. Obviously there are more streets that aren't lit. And so that might be the way I keep it. Obviously the main streets are lit, the side streets aren't. I kind of like that idea, but I think it's too lit right now, so I might play a little more and maybe only light certain streets, or maybe light them with less bright lights. So maybe that's what we'll do. So what we're going to be doing in this video is more than likely a lot of time-lapse doing downtown. And the reason we're going to be doing that is because I leave out of town in, let's see, I'm recording this on Sunday night, so I leave town in 3-4 days. And I'll be gone for a week, so that means I need to get this video up, rendered, uploaded, and processed on YouTube so that I can release it this weekend to keep my schedule. So fingers crossed that I make that. I'm really hoping that I will. $5 is I'll end up Wednesday night at 3 in the morning finishing that process up, and my flight leaves at 6 in the morning, so that's going to be a fun time. But I'm sure it'll be fun. So yeah, I'll show you a couple things that I've done just to show you off what I've come up with. I really like this building. This is the modernist office, and it has 2 sizes, so I kind of made a big building out of it. Oops, sorry about that camera, guys. I'll go back into cinematic view here. Made it into a campus of sorts with an attached parking garage. I think it's pretty cool. And then I'm gonna put a plaza park kind of in here, which is gonna look really, really cool. A lot of parking, and this is something that I'm definitely gonna throw in. I live in a big city. I live in San Francisco, where you don't realize it when you're looking at it from this view, how much parking takes up the actual area of the city. It's a lot. So there'll be lots of just parking lots randomly placed in here. I'm trying to hope that maybe I can style them so they kind of have they're done by different companies. And then I've also got over here this I did a kind of a small hotel district, which I think is pretty cool. We have the Hampton Inn, we have the Hilton, I'm going to try and find a couple other hotel assets to put them over here. I might replace this building with one of them. In San Francisco, all the hotels are kind of in like a 6-block radius of each other, so I'm kind of thinking I want to group them all over here. And so the CBD is kind of bound on both sides by this 4-lane avenue and this 4-lane avenue, and then the main intersection here. And we're going to instantly get out into like residential. So what I'm going to do is we'll probably use these blocks on the outskirts to slope down from our tall skyline into like that Brooklyn kind of sky type stuff over here in this neighborhood and up here as we go this way. That's at least what I'm thinking for right now. Hopefully it works out that way. I think it should look really nice. I'm not sure about this building. I think it looks cool, but I don't know if it fits right there. Let's move it to here just to see what that does. Yeah, that brings it in more with the rest of the buildings. I think that's a little bit better. So the other thing we got here is we have this GB district, which I think is going to be really cool. It's going to be a really big park. It's going to be a park. It's a giant park. It's going to be huge, like that, and I really want that. And then this will probably be a bridge, which I haven't built yet. But yeah, so big park here, big park over here, and that's going to be a really awesome looking kind of thing with a bunch of foliage. It's going to look really cool when we're like looking this way down at the city. It'll be a really awesome view. And then what I'm also thinking is, my recent trip to Austin, there is a part of town just off of Guadalupe Street. If you like kind of go like a few blocks up, I think it was like 8th, where it's like these old mansions that are like so close to the downtown core, like you could walk there. Like we parked on that street and you walked to the downtown core. It was really cool because like it's these big houses that just kind of don't look like they belonged at all, and I love that. So I think I'm going to do something like that in this area. We have something similar here again in San Francisco. Like the Pacific Heights area is just exactly like that. Like old houses that were built before the city expanded into that area, and now they're on that grid. They're just giant houses that don't look like they belong in a city, but they're there. So I'm thinking of that over here. More than likely, this, I don't know. I really want to do some like less desirable areas. And maybe that makes sense to do in this vicinity, but I think that might be too close to the train station. That might not make a lot of sense. Another thing that we're definitely going to do, is I'm excited about, is we've got our train station here. It's working right now. I like it, but I also don't like it. So we might fiddle. Who knows? We'll figure it out, obviously. But I do like that we have this rail yard here, very similar to how we have in the intermodal. So like this will be parking for like the passenger train. So I think that'll be really cool when we get those assets that the Skylines has made. I think that'll look really cool. And you guys actually probably saw this in the teasers for episode 6. I designed this in that, but I forgot to actually do any cinematics of it. But I really like the way this came out. This parking lot for our train station just looks so awesome. I'm so happy with it. And you'll see I have a lot of these like electric relay stations just laying around. They're all temporary. Don't worry. We'll end up running our power lines from the Varopali Authority, nuclear power plant. They'll come over here. This is obviously all temporary. Just while I'm working on it to kind of get what we want. And so you also see here, and it's hard to see with all the buildings, but behind the buildings or in between the buildings, I've laid down the alleyways, which don't really line up with anything, which is the way I want it to be. I want those to be kind of, these are not streets that you would normally drive down. These are like delivery loading dock streets or that kind of stuff. I'm in love with this building, and I love how I was able to put a building kind of in front of it and behind it. I think that's a really cool way to design that block. We have these 2 buildings flanking it, so it's like these 4 corner buildings with this one in the middle that's off of this pedestrian path. That's really cool. I'm not sure what that building is. It'd probably be like, I'm thinking this will be like the rail headquarters building. I just got to name the company that is the rail company, so we'll see if I can do something like that. I wish I knew how to create assets, because I would like make my own boxcars, but unfortunately I don't. So right now I'm just kind of using Biscago House and Gramercy Southern, even though I think that's the ones he's building for his city. I mean, since Chinok Valley is set in the south, I'm kind of using that as as mine as well. But yeah, sorry about that, man. So yeah, so I think that's like that's the headquarters in my mind. I think that's a pretty cool idea. And then yeah, this is kind of where we're going in this video. So like I said, we're gonna hop into some time lapses. You'll see me do a lot of detailing of this. I don't think we'll finish it in this video. Like I don't have enough time to go and detail all this, even with time lapse. So we're likely are just gonna hit one or two of these lots. Probably this one and this one, and maybe this one for this video. This is gonna be very quick, and so I'm gonna try and do it really high quality. But since I don't have a lot of time, I'll probably, it'll limit in the quantity. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the time-lapse commentary. Okay, guys, and we are here for a little bit of commentary while you guys watch the time-lapse footage here. So we made it. I was able to pre-record enough footage before I left for New York to give us an episode. It came so close. I'm recording this literally a few hours before my flight leaves, but it's worth it to make sure that you guys got some content. And I'm really excited we were able to do that. However, so we had some good news, now some bad news. I was unable to pre-record enough footage for 2 videos, and that means that next week there will likely not be a full episode out of Chinok Valley. I will try. I get back after a week, so I'll be back next Thursday. If you're watching this on the day it comes out, and that means that gives me a day and a half to record, commentate, edit, encode, upload, and process a YouTube video, which isn't enough time. That means there won't be a full episode. What I'll try to do is maybe just a quick tour of what we've done in the downtown so far, just to kind of explain to you guys some stuff. Maybe that you know that we didn't get a good look at in this episode. Maybe I'll show off a couple different changes, stuff like that. Something that I can do quick without any editing, just so that I can record, encode, boom, done, just so I can get it up for you guys. So right now, I am calling this area the CBD, the Central Business District. I don't like that name. It's just what I always default call a downtown area, because it's kind of what it is. So what I'd like is maybe you guys can give me some ideas for what do we call our downtown district here. Here in San Francisco, we call it, the Fight Eye. Kind of like in obviously in New York, it's Lower Manhattan or Midtown. So I think maybe a cool neighborhood name for this area of town would make a lot of sense. Hopefully we can get some good ideas from you guys. I think that would be really, really cool. Okay, so I've got some other great ideas that we're going to be touching on. Obviously, when I get back, we can start making some more videos. And a couple of those are things like working on our green belt, our waterfront park that's going to kind of encircle the town. It's going to butt up against the CBD. It's going to run up the side of the river into the nicer part of Chinok, that nice residential over there. And then obviously the residential that's more towards the freeway will be less desirable kind of deal. I think that'll be a really cool idea. And we're also going to work on our passenger rail yard over there by the train station. You guys might have saw some of those tracks that are just kind of there for storage and holding of carriage cars and locomotives. And I also have a really cool idea for doing a like a city hospital in one of our big city blocks. I think that'll be a really cool idea. I think it'll come out looking so awesome. I really love that kind of idea. So hopefully that works out. And from there, we're going to expand our residential areas. Obviously, moving out from the CBD, we need to kind of get some residential, some residents in here. Obviously, actually all of the buildings in our downtown core are replaced with Rico. I did some local settings, so there is residential down there. There's residential, commercial, and office down there. So it is a lot. However, the ratio isn't very good, which is the way you want it to be. It's the most realistic way, put it that way. There's a lot more office and commercial down there than there's residential. We'll need to fill that residential demand out with some high density neighborhoods that kind of surround our core and that kind of stuff. I have another cool idea about doing I think I mentioned this in the commentary, but I recorded that a few days ago. That I want to do like a really cool block of like expensive homes that kind of are right next to downtown that don't belong at all, because I saw that was pretty cool, that I saw in Austin. It's also something that happens in like Atlanta, here in San Francisco as well. And I also want to take some ideas from you guys. If you guys have any ideas for any kind of projects that you think would be really cool for us to take on, I'd love to hear them. I mean, the university was an idea from a YouTube comment which I ran with, and I would love to hear if you guys maybe have something that you think we should do, because I'd be happy to look into that and see what we can come up with. I am kind of sad that I can't do a harbor in Chinook Valley. I designed it specifically without a water connection in mind, and that was kind of the point. I wanted it to be a rail town. So who knows? Maybe my next town will be my next series will be something like maybe a town that's on a bay or something like that. That'd be pretty cool, I feel like. But that's looking kind of far ahead. So if you have any ideas, go ahead and comment in the video or tweet at me, cogwheel_YT, and I will definitely get back to you. You'll probably see that I try and reply to every single comment and every single tweet that I get. And if I don't get a chance to show you in this video, I haven't recorded all the cinematics, I have recorded, so I didn't get a chance to show you. But I did kind of change up our interchange, our main interchange. I actually just demolished it and redid the whole thing. Just the service roads, not the obviously the express route like that. Just the roads that give you access to the other stuff. So I made it a bit less spaghetti-y, a little bit more compact, a little bit more like it would be in real life. I felt like our interchange was just a bit weird. So hopefully you guys like it when I show it to you. There's actually a really cool way that I did something with traffic president that I think made it look really nice. And so that's it, guys. I'm gonna leave you guys with the rest of the time lapse and some more music. And then I will see you all in the end commentary for the cinematics and obviously my sign off. So enjoy the rest of the time lapse, guys. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode. As always, the best way to get in touch with me and to stay up to date on what's happening in Chinok Valley is to follow me on Twitter, cogwheel_YT. If you missed an episode, be sure to check out the Chinok Valley playlist that should be on your screen right now. And if you're enjoying this series, please press the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Enjoy the rest of the closing cinematics, and I will catch you guys all later.